Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Miracle Perspective, and this is the TMP Q&A Wednesday, where you ask and I perspectivize. We've got a very difficult and important question today from Nhlanhla.
They say school is the key to success. Aniko. So a success, what is success actually? Is working for somebody or the government a success? Or working on your craft or your talent or your business that will provide for you in the future a success? What is a success? Because I feel like somewhere somehow school to me it's a scam. Why should I say it's a scam? There are a lot of people out. Okay, for instance, at school you're studying 7 subjects or 8 subjects. Only 2 subjects applying to your workplace or whatever course you will be doing. So what about the rest? Yes, they may be teaching you the general lifestyle, general knowledge and all that, but he win in Kokawako, if like those subjects, if you fail some of them, you have failed. You don't qualify to work, you don't qualify to go to varsity, you don't qualify to be in the workplace as well, if I can put it that way. So what is going on if like I have a talent that can provide for me, but I'm being told that school is the key to success. And if school is the key to success, but I'm not privileged enough to have that wisdom and intelligence of studying and understanding what is written in a textbook, or be able to pass my subject, for instance. So it means like I shouldn't be consider myself that I will be successful in the near future just because I'm unable to pass my subject. I'm unable to understand the school system or subject that I'm studying. How do I become positive to myself? Because there are a lot of people, I think they've given up to their futures and to their future, and they feel like, you know what, I'm doomed. Like there's nothing that I will do. You see, because they feel like it's ever since they were told that school is the key to success, they've forgotten about their business effort. They've forgotten about their talent that they have that can make money for them. There are a lot of musicians that could have been far by now, but they shifted that mindset to say like, I will work on school. Even if like you work on school, still there are other subjects they feel like you shouldn't do this because you won't be successful. What is success? Does it really come from school only, or does it come from school? Equation need to go way back.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a very difficult question, and I had to get other people to help me. But just before I give you what other people's perspectives are on this topic, I just want us to understand the context of this question. There's the element of success and there's the element of education. Is the education system helping one realize their success in life? That is the major question. So a few people came into the occasion, and the first person was Nhlamu. Nhlamulo said, I support this guy. School is a scam. Almost all the things I learned at school, I am not using them at my workplace right now. Dieting is a scam. This guy says that. And we've got Zuni. Zuni says,
I'm not gonna say school is a scam or what, but it's making sense. Because at school we're only taught to wait, and wait for 5 years and fail, and then 6 years, and then after they made money enough. Not necessarily they will say that they're making money out of us, because some of the subjects that we learn at school, they are unnecessary to what we are going to work about. So I'm not gonna say it's called a scam, but this is a very serious matter. God made the resources available enough for everyone to use our talents and our gifts to make it in life. So school is a system that is created by the government, and school is not the way to success. People get successful by going to school, but if you get a qualification and get a job, trust me, you won't be successful unless you do something else aside. So what I'm trying to say, people who get successful with that qualification, there's something that they're doing. Like pharmacists or doctors, they open their own surgeries and all those things. If they don't do such things, they don't get successful, because the only thing that they'll be doing, they'll be paying loans and all unnecessary things. So I'm gonna say it's making sense. School, I can't say it's a scam, but you don't have to go to school according to my understanding. And then I found out about that, and I was already at school. I once said to myself, I wish I never went to the university. And know that I'm not saying that university or anything is bad. Some of the things are not necessary. Some of the things are not necessary to do.
That is Tsunisani Mahongel saying he understands the question and he makes sense, but he wouldn't say it's a scam, but it's a scam. But he wouldn't say it's a scam. Very tough stuff there. And then we've got my friend here who says,
I think this education system is a scam because after qualifying for a particular profession, let's say in IT, they'll say we need work-related experience, and then you ask yourself, when I was doing my practicals during the course of the qualification, was I not getting that work-related experience? Was I not getting the hang of how things work in the industry? And then they say no. They will say we need work-related experience, and then they also need more and more of it. So I think these people at the forefront of this type of education that has been given to us do not really trust the system if they do this, because if they really trusted it, they would allow you to go into the workplace without the need for work experience. So I think if they can supplement the 12-year education with the training type of education, where they train you to focus on what you want to learn, I think it was going to save us a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of resources. So another thing is that this system, when they are campaigning for it, they say get education and get that independence. But the very same education teaches us to be employees and not employees. I think it contradicts with what is being preached. That's my perspective.
he's very firm there. He says if they trusted their own system, why would they want you to have practical experience before they employ you? Isn't that what school is supposed to make you do? Prepare you for the workplace? Very, very tough. And then we've got Millicent who says, I think you can't say school is a scam exactly, just because you aren't using all the subjects literally. Let me start again. I think you can't say school is a scam exactly just because you aren't using all the subjects literally. For a lot of people to know what their passions and talents really are, they need to be exposed to that. So let's say we both study environmental sciences and maths. You might find your joy and passion in environmental science and realize your dreams on working with the environment. I might flourish in maths, and then that will help me achieve my dreams. So although environmental science will not be important to me, it doesn't make it useless. For someone else, it could be everything they need. And at the end of the day, I feel school is more than a certificate. You learn tangible skills for implementing educational tasks. Millicent, for you. And the last person who came through via Instagram is Alexandra Muchugia, all the way from Kenya. My brother says, Yes, some schools are scams. If all they teach you is to cram morning till evening for an exam, you leave a half-baked student. And then I asked, but is it the responsibility of the school to make someone study? And he said, well, the thing is, when you are young, you may not have much of a choice as your parents decide. I have friends who came from low grade schools that got good grades. My point is that just as the world provides us opportunities, so should schools give their best. Yes, the student is required to put his work in. If all a student did was build an image and self-esteem of kids, they would be more successful than a school with all the resources. In essence, what kids need is to learn resourcefulness. And I fully agree with what he said here. Thank you guys for coming through. And I mean, I had a lot of other comments, but I picked this randomly, so I couldn't put in everything. As you can see, the time already went by. But this is a very important question, and I just want to share my perspective in this manner. The school system is a system, and I think that's what people need to understand, the power of systems. When you create a system, you're creating an automatic kind of world where you don't have to manually control things. You put the system, it functions on its own. For example, God only created the world in 6 days, and he never stopped, and he never had to come and work again because he created systems. Things just switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. So the same concept is what is applied to the education system. And according to my understanding of the education system, this is what it was made for. The reason why we are doing many subjects, it's not necessarily to prepare you for the working environment. The school system is designed to build you, to develop one into who they truly are, and to realize what their purpose on earth is. The issue of doing many subjects in the process, it's to at least give you a wide spectrum of choice so that you can find yourself within this wide pool of selection, where if you are very good in arts, you will be pruned and you will be developed into the arts career while holding on the other 4 subjects. But what is the importance of holding the other 4 if you've already found yourself in the arts? The goal is that with you going with the arts and getting the 100% in your arts subjects, life is designed in a way that anything can happen to your arts career and anything can just dissipate in a second. Look at COVID-19, practical example of what happens. How about those people who were specializing in this arts industry? What happened to them when COVID came through? They were dead. So the reason why we are doing many subjects is to at least give one a chance. If this one that you're good at dies, at least you've got the other 7 to fall back on. And mind you, when you go into the examination room, the goal really is to get 100%. No exam is designed for one to get a 50% or 30. All exams are designed for people to get 100%. The fact that you did not achieve the 100% is not the exam's problem. It's your problem. But the goal is for you to get 100% in all the subjects. And what does that mean? It means the system is trying to teach or mold you as an individual to be able to redirect your focus, energy, and passion into multiple subjects at any given period in time. So you should be able to focus your energy on studying for the maths. Shift your energy because tomorrow you have an exam for English. Put the exact same amount of focus and energy to English with the hope and objective of getting 100%. Same applies, goes to the other subjects. Yes, it's practically impossible to get 100 in all the subjects, but what that teaches you is to show you that you cannot survive from one stream of dependence. You'd call it one stream of income. You need to diversify your strength, your focus, your energy into different areas of life in order for you to have a better chance at life. And that is the most fundamental principle that the education system is trying to teach us with the many subjects that we are doing. Well, it's not the education system's problem that some people don't understand the system. Literally, when I say some people, I mean the people who are head of this system, who are supposed to run it, our teachers, the ministers, whoever is in charge. It's not the problem of the education system that they don't understand and they manipulate the system and we don't get what it's intended for. It's the problem of those people, not the system. So what you and I need to do, and together with the parents out there, they need to participate in the learning and developing process of a kid, in molding them and making them learn what the education system is trying to teach. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. The other thing that is very important to realize is that there's different levels of education. You've got the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary level. What is happening right now, because the system is broken. The system is intended for good, but it's broken because of mismanagement. And because of its brokenness, we've got this thing. As I was thinking, I came up with this understanding that we've got a mushroom of a broken education system where people almost forget that they are alive from primary school, secondary school. They like life is a fantasy. You have no responsibilities, you have nothing, you're just a kid growing into this thing. And worst of all, our public schools are made to just allow people to pass with a 30%, meaning you don't know 70% of the work you've been learning the whole year. So with the 30%, you're allowed to go to the next grade. So you're coming like this, very thin in the bottom, and you get to university. All of a sudden, things now start opening up. And now you need to get a 50% to make it in life. But now the issue is you get into that higher learning institution and you prolong your adolescence because you missed the whole stage of growing from primary, secondary. Now you are in the tertiary level. You need to catch up. Now you become overwhelmed. Now it becomes this umbrella of the mushroom. You are overwhelmed. Now you must catch up with what you have missed out here. When you get here, you don't know yourself, you don't know your purpose, you don't know what you like, you have nothing, you have no idea why you are there in the first place. You don't even know that you are alive. And now you're confused. You get stuck in this university institution, you study for 4 or 5 years, 6 years, or 9 years. When you leave that education institution, remember your adolescence was just extended. You go into the real world. Telling you, boom! You are dropped in the middle of the road. The cars are moving left, right, and center. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're like, what's going on? It's a mess. That's why depression is so high when people go higher in their 25th years, whatever. 24, 25, 26. People are confused. Why? Because they didn't learn the fundamental principle in the beginning stages of the education system. So, to make the long story short, this is a very long and complicated thing that needs to be solved systematically because it was broken systematically. My invitation or my suggestion in fixing this problem that we have, we should go down to the root level, primary school, secondary school. And the way things are happening right now, you see a lot of resources. Governments are spending a lot of money, a lot of effort on fixing the mushroom part, the head part, which is already messed up. By that time, we're already too late. You can't fix the institutions of higher learning and forget about the other stuff. That is what matters. If things were done correctly and properly from primary school, secondary school, then you wouldn't have to spend a lot of effort in the higher learning institutions because a person already knows what they want. They already know what they like. They already know what they want to pursue. But now you want to invest all that energy and effort when they're already too late. It's late. So let us invest a lot of money into building a good quality education system on the primary level and secondary level. That will minimize the efforts of, you get what I mean? And that will also help because you realize that if you got the real and quality education in the lower stages of the education system, many of us wouldn't need the university. Many of us would be doing other stuff. Many of us would have started our own businesses. I mean, look at me. I studied environmental sciences and today I'm a businessman. Whoever knew? So the point is, let's fix the lower part of the education system. Then it will make sense to help people get their success. It's a long topic. Cannot claim to cover it in just a small portion of this video, but those are my views and perspectives.